Alright peeps, welcome back to Lemon Canyoneers, episode 121. Now we're starting on the title screen here, because at the end of the last episode we had 200 beavers and no food whatsoever. So we quickly rushed up some food factories and let nature take its course. And if you remember, I covered the screen at the end of the last episode, so I couldn't see how many beavers were left over after the shenanigans. And I even edited the video in such a way where I still don't know now to this day. So let's find out together the state of our Canyoneer colony. Oh, I'm actually nervous here, like. Oh, I hear the wind. We're loading in. 60! Oh, we've still got no food. Do we have any beavers in Double D? They wish hate. And we've still got very hungry beavers. You need to get yourself some bait quick, like, mate. So looking at these food factories here, we need more canola oil, and we need some more corn rations. And we've got a beaver grafting in the eggplant run and not in the corn one. Oh no. Anyway, corn. I want 1 eggplant and 3 corns. And look at this, man. We've got corns on the stalks and they bloody... Oh! Right, well, 23 cycles in. And it looks like we've got ourselves a nice little colony rebuilding episode ahead of us, don't we? How do you recover from this state? First thing you need to do is sort 125 vacancies out. Well, with our big job reshuffle, let's repause the game. Hopefully get some beavers in places like this gatherer flag so they can pick up the food that's just sitting here. Lovely jubbly. Look at that. 7, 6, 5, 4, 1, 0. And now only 51 jobs. I paused 100 bloody jobs there. And I should have prioritised a fair whack of them. And since we need more oil press situations, we're going to have to get the coffee brewery on the gun now. So priority builds, I'm happy with that. That's a decent little priority. I'm actually going to reduce the priority of these tanks. And hopefully we get these in next. Because we're going to be needing to repopulate a big time. And I just clocked here. Both of these are making fermented cassavas. And I've got soybeans here. What am I doing with soybeans? Absolutely nout that is. Well, it does require more canola oil though, so we're going to have to hurry up and get these in. So do we have treated planks and metal blocks? No and no. Though I believe we can start making treated planks. Aye. The only problem there is the only place we're getting pine resin from is up here. And there's loads of pine resin. We just need someone to go in there and transfer it out, haven't we? Or does the pit annex part of the Lemon Overlook? And now, the pit all of a sudden has a tab at a shack away. Collect all the pine resin required for this treated plank malarkey we've got going on here. Oh, actually, we do need some haulers. Oh, happy days, we've got some haulers. That's grand. 433 planks. I think we can pause those bloody plankers. You know what, actually? Delete these. Delete all 3 of them. If I'm going to have some power here, it's going to be powering more bloody fermenters. Or, do I be clever? I've already got fermenters over here. I just need to power the thing. Oh, you're yoking, aren't you? Alright, delete the straight power shaft. Beavers, build that with a quickness and then pick that up, please. Oh, we need beavers grafting away in the smelter, like. I think we can bring the haulers down a little bit. Let's bring it down to 5 and see if we get some grafters in the smelting huts here. Oh, that will be a no. For now, we'll designate this a little pumpkin patch. Go on, farmers. Get to planting those pumpkins. All them pumpkins ready to go. Now with those pumpkins in, does that mean I can real casually say plant some soybeans over here, beavers? There we go, we're all filled in. Oh, I wouldn't mind some beavers picking these up actually. Well, let's see what happens to these resources. The old piles of rubble. Oh, now did they go? Or did they go into here? It actually looks like they went into here, which is canny. I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with the beavers that are still dying of hunger, like. Not happy with that at all. We need to get beavers out and growing. This berry here needs to not be eaten by a beaver. For example, this hungry beaver here who picked the thing, it needs to be getting into here. Like I see, we just need to be ramping up our corn production, like. 28 logs, we need to make sure we got logs on the crack. We still don't have a beaver in here, maximum priority, and then back up to high, just so we can have beavers smelting. Oh, you're just going to keep... Okay, both of yous up to maximum priority, and then once we both got workers in there, bring yous both down to high priority. Please tell us I don't have to do the same over here. I'll make these maximum priority and they're just going to steal these 2 smelters here. Now we can bring the priorities down. That way we can ensure we always have enough farmers and whatnots. But now we've got our full industrial estate working, including making treated planks, which means we should get the old coffee house in night time. I say we're still waiting on gears for the oil press anywho. We're not making any gears. Alright, steal a job from a lumberjack. Oh no, you're going to steal a job from over here, aren't you? Oh, look, much easier way. I just paused 3 of these lumber mills. I'm going to pause 4 in hopes that another one guns in here. Happy days. We've still got all the grafters grafting, but we're making a decent amount of planks and gears, which will be doing alright. And before I forget, let's plop you in there. We saved all rubble. Maximum priority that, please. And then high priority that. Tell you what, while we're waiting for a wee bit, why didn't we watch this good water push away the bad water and then start slowly filling the canyon here in a wee speedy up bit? Now I hope that was as satisfying for you as it was for me. Especially if I edit in all of those bling blings. You know what, I'm going to delete this dynamite here. I've had a complete change of heart. I will blow this one up though. I'm not entirely sure why I blew that up. But you know what, we're going to worry about that later. But despite the falling population, or maybe completely due to the falling population, we've reached high scores. I would say essentially because all the beavers are sheltered, which they certainly weren't when there was 200 of them here with 56 houses. But they're getting a tidy little nutrition balance here. Heaps of different types of food, and we're going to be getting pumpkins on this crack very shortly. We even got a few enjoying the swimming pool. But they are unfortunately enjoying a contaminated swimming pool. Illa, get yourself out of District 9, beaver. You're not welcome here. Not when there's too many of these good grapes on the crack. Look, we've got a beaver harvester there, aka Berry Picker, picking those grapes. After a few deaths, how are we doing over here? Of course we're not getting these on anymore. And of course we're not getting these on anymore. Pause a couple of yees. And how's that doing? 2 out of 4. Pause 1 more of these, and then we should get these back on the crack. Right. And look at that, we've got a builder beaver grafting away. The old number cruncher. We only need a couple of more gears in there. I think I'll reduce the priority of that build a little bit. We've got better use for gears. Ooh! This is in. Pause that for now. Treated planks and metal blocks. Hence why I want to keep these up and running here. How are we doing with canola oil? 0 there. But we've got corn in all of these. See, I don't mind this fermenter running with canola oil because it only has storage for 3 there. Oh, actually, we're rocking up the canola seeds here. I think we need to do a bit of shifting about. And I think part of the issue is we don't actually have any storage for a lot of these raw ingredients. Like we want some soybean storage, we want some canola seed storage. Oh, we're going to be wanting some corn ration storage. Are these full on the corn rations? Is that why they're not making anything? No, they're not full, but they're up there, like. This one's full. Aye. We need to get that sorted, like. Oh, I got a drought. I must have missed it during that speedy up bit. Well, at least it's a drought, you know. Oh, look at that. High score, big 19. So because we sent that contaminated beaver away. Are you in District 9 yet? Aye. You hang about up here, Ella. Overlooking the industrial settlement over there. Very quickly becoming an industrial settlement. Our day, we still got beavers and you have course with divot, man. You know what, I'm going to maximum prioritise these. And we need to repopulate sooner rather than later. You wouldn't believe how much I've been waiting for a 20-odd day drought. Like, where beavers can delve into this water here without risk of getting contaminated. Picking up the rest of the scrap. The Limon Overlook could finally slurp water for days. Maybe build and fill some of these big tanks here. This is the respite we needed. The only issue is, we've got 9 beavers to enjoy it. Looking at this, we definitely need more haulers on the crack, like. Now, I'm thinking we've got heaps of lemon storage, so I could save up to 3 jobs here by actually pausing these. Because a lot of these are set to advanced. And I'm just going to turn the automations off on these. Particularly the advanced one there. And I should be able to just reattach that and it all comes back. No. Okay, grand. We've got 7 beavers hauling away now. Hopefully they can get into these buildings. Continue to fuel our industrial revolution over here. Even if we didn't have all the beavers we need. Maximum prioritising these jobs. I actually, didn't really care now. Get them in. That's less haulers though, innit? You know what? Since you're full, paused. That's 2 more jobs that can be haulers. Ooh, 10 haulers. That's alright, because it means we've got all of these cracking along. Everything that needs to be cracking. And we are finally getting a decent amount of canola seeds in here. Does that mean we have canola oil here? No. Now, something that might be handy is if we have a little bit of storage. We'll say our here for now for canola oil. And beavers get that in with a maximum priority. So priorities wise, maximum priority in this big tank. Reduce all of these down. And then this bad lad. That is all of the maximum priority builds in the pit here. And do we have builders? We've got unbelievably tall bamboo, but do we have builders? We got 4 of them. Happy days, they're cracking along. Are you seeing this pathing here from this beaver? Gets a metal block. Guns, hang on, let's turn the hood off. Guns down the stairs here. All the way down. Chucks a Yui to go back up the stairs. To chuck a left to go all the way down here. And pop a metal block in the coffee brewery there. Have we got any beavers? Our D, we've got some beavers building the old small tank here. So once that's in, we'll get the priorities back up on here. Do the beavers have the platforms in? Ooh! We'll be getting close with these. But I don't want to up the priority until we've got the coffee house in, because that's metal and treated planks. Which is this as well. And I'm not 100% on which ones are placed first, so we'll play it safe. But we are at least supplying enough berries and water through here into this breeding pod to keep it going. Ooh, speaking of water, I paused all of the water pumpers. 6k water for 50 odd beavers. But we'll be alright for a while. You know what, peeps? Why didn't we have ourselves a proper third-person beaver perspective here? Oh, we're going down the stairs. Oh, we're going to have to be proper zoomed in here. He's going to take a right. So I'm going to have to take a right. This U-turn's got to be hectic with low DPI. U-turn! Up the stairs. Hey, this has got to be great. I cannot speed this up at all. It'll be definitely disorientating. Oh, I forgot about that bit ladder there. Where's my beaver tail taking we? It's taking we all the way to the coffee house. Because, of course, we're following Bunu. And Bunu loves this little back and forth here. Watch the highlighted beaver run back and forth up and down those stairs. Where's the highlighted beaver went? Oh, I was scared in case Bono died. Unless they're contaminated. Nah, the only contaminated beavers are here. Illa up in District 9. And we really need to get these fences in, like. You shouldn't be allowed out onto the healthy beaver path there. Would contaminate more of the pit. Oh, it's been so long. Look at the beaver swimming away. Oh, the farmers, the builders, everyone's here enjoying the swimming pools of the pit. Oh, I popped these swimming pools in and then immediately just flooded the river with bad water. We haven't been able to experience the joys that are beavers in the swimming pools. And with the last beaver off there, I imagine they're going yem into their lovely barrack, which they're all housed in. Well, apart from 9 of them, but Vonyal here is not one of those ground floor barrackas and all. Look at all of these ground floor barrackas snoring away. Must be proper loud in here, like big beaver snores. It's a new day. Do we have the coffee house in just yet? That will be a negative, but we are awfully close. That is grand. I'm really looking forward to getting that in. Mainly because I'm really looking forward to getting these in and blasting our population. Ooh, pumpkins! Pumpkins! And farmers harvesting them. I've never seen pumpkins in this game before. Yeah, let's go. Harvest that pumpkin, beaver. Wave it up. I suppose they don't have the same animations with the pumpkins, do they? They've got to, like, pat the pumpkin a bit. This used to be the old building animation before the hammers came about. It's nice to see it's still in the game, you know? Even if you do have to get a little modded pumpkin out. I'm going to put speed 2 on you, like, because we are taking a while to rip this pumpkin out the ground. Oh, we're gone, pumpkins out. Well, it's a big old job, innit? There's a lot of pumpkin juice in there. How many do you get out of that? Oh, 30. 30 pumpkins over 7 days. Ooh, look. I need some storage for these pumpkins, don't I? Sacrificing a bit more berry storage. For their pumpkins. 55 pumpkins. You know what? I might twack a bit of cassava plantation here for soybeans. So beavers, whenever you rip up a cassava here, replace it with a soybean. So ye two beavers, rip up the kohlrabies, replant the soybeans. Look at them all gone. What a bloody lovely pit this is, like. Ah, I love it. Surely the coffee house is in now. Why it is. Second press. Do I even need the second press? Or did I just need to make it a bit more efficient? Alright, I needed the second press. Because we have canola seeds. We have unpicked canola here. We have nigh on full canola storage, yeah. But we still have no canola oil in the food factory for eggplants. Ooh, also have no corn and all. Do I need to step up my corn game? Aye. That's corn rations. Our corn storage is empty. We're definitely planting enough. Prioritise resource corn as well. Yeah, I'm going to clear this river here for planting because I want to do it nice and efficiently. I want to plant all of the tall bamboo first and then plant the mangroves around it. But as well, I'm thinking about popping some more platforms on here. Deleting this bit lumberjack flag. Replace it with a farmhouse so they can help out with the corn over here. And that could be a maximum priority job, but not before building these. Let's make sure we still have beavers doing treated planks and metal blocks, which is all we need for these. And we've still got beavers picking the berries. Now why don't we have ourselves a tidy little speedy up bit watching these remaining beavers hustle and bustle around the pit, and those 4 beaver builders smashing every single one of these advanced breeding pods in. And you know what, instead of my incessant yapping, why don't we enjoy some Timberborn tunes? Why aye? Doing the stairs there. I'm pretty sure there's only one beaver made it to bed that night. And how we're doing? We've got 68 beavers and 9 kits. And all of these advanced breeding pods in. Look at them all making fully grown beavers ready to graft. And we had an all-time high of 20 during that. It's a shame we're doing to 16 now thanks to a dodgy shelter situation. Now during that speedy up bit, I did go ahead and extend this path over here, so the pit could retake its original and only deep hard water pump from up here, as well as start making some extract, because we need that to fuel the old advanced breeding pods over here. Oh, aye, that's right. I also used the override tool on the old planting crops to make this all a pumpkin patch, which I was going to do earlier when I made soybeans over here, but you know how I do, I completely forgot. Now what I wanted to check here was to see exactly where we could plant pumpkins and then plant bloody soybeans everywhere else, but it looks like we can plant pumpkins everywhere, doesn't it? Big pumpkin patch there. And I also asked the beavers to dig up these bushes here and replace them with coffee bushes. We're just waiting on builders to rip them up / chop down these trees here, which I'll get rid of eventually. Oh, now one thing I wanted to check. I noticed in the last episode that I purposely put this forester here so it could see all the way down to where these mangroves are. But this laddie here has a gap. So we need to check, does this lumberjack... Nah, there's a square, look. I'll get them both on screen so I can click them. You see the square that's not going to get touched? I had a feeling that was going to happen. That just means I'm going to have to delete these stairs and replace them with ladders. Get those in, beavers. And then we should have maximum access all the way down there. Overlapping like nobody's business. Now I knew what going to eat on food there because I could see the old corn rations. But I didn't know what eating on water. 4k? Not bad. I think we'll just leave everything paused for the rest of this drought here. And I think now it's time to spend those 500 Skynes points I was so desperate to spend at the end of the last episode. Get those in. Now actually, beavers, can you reach that? Can you reach it? Oh yeah, I won't ask any questions. I'll just accept the fact you can reach that. Ooh, farmers in! Happy days, maximum prioritise yees. Yees can help with the corn. And then we've got actual crack on the gun here. Oh, these laddies are completely full. Oh, I forgot to pop the lumberjack flag down there as well. Get that on. We still need to chop all of this down. Now, looking at this forester's range here, it's a bit sus, innit? It gets all the way down to here on this side, but only gets to there on that side. I wonder if we platform a little bridge across like that, if that will help with the range. You know what, I'll be able to check by deleting this bad lad and popping it on there where I can see that it won't help at all. It's only going to go to there. Ah, well, that was a lovely waste of resources. Beavers, get that up and running please quickly. We'll delete this temporary bridge here, and I guess we're going to have to pop a forester in here somewhere. Let's say no planty trees here anymore, and we'll have it right on the end of the path there. Yeah, this is a double dynamite situation, isn't it? I already have double dynamite unlocked. So beavers, get that in. Plant some more oaks in there. You got this in yet? Almost. Couple of logs and we'll be sorted. Now how are builders actually reaching this? Oh there, look. Standing on the corner. I believe it's this corner. Oh no, it's not. I was going to say I believe they're standing on this bit of path here where the ladder is, but they're not. They're just chilling up on the stair there. I've just been waiting for a beaver to come and stand on the stair again to show you it. It's already in. You know what that means? We can unpause this food factory. Well, not unpause it, but get the priority up on it. You can be making eggplant rations. Because look, we've got heaps of the laddies. Heaps of eggplants, heaps of canola oil. And once you're in as well, I'm going to unpause you to be eggplant rations. Which does mean we might want to get some more corn rations on the gun. But not before prepping for that. by upping the priorities of all 3 of these engines here. And 2 of those bits of engines are actually canny fun, because if you dip underneath the ground here, we've got some underground power shafts there, connecting these 2 lovely engines together. I cannot wait for those to get in and actually connect together and power things. Because at the moment, we're using 50 horsepower over here to power this fermenter, and we're generating 400. We need to get those in so we can actually start powering these at 100% efficiency, and more importantly, powering these at 100% efficiency, which are actually usually a lot less, but we've got a few that aren't grafting properly at the moment, as you can see. It's usually doing it like 60% efficiency. And we've got Valier here, chopping down these little bits of unbelievably tall bamboo. Look at them quivering in their roots. And with that done, I think we're going to find that there's no today in range here anymore. So get paused. For new, of course. We're nearly maxing out our here now. I tell you what, these pumpkins are doing some damage, aren't they? They're filling up all of our houses in range. Oh, and lovely. Look, we've got the ladder in there so we can see. We gone all the way here to where this bit of extremely tall bamboo is, and if we click this little lumberjack, we still have that gap. What? Oh, yeah, sorry. This is only half the thing. I delete this lumberjack flag, do an R to rotate, and now we should see that we can go all the way down. You see, we used to end there. Now we can go all the way and dip into these 2 little bits of mangroves here. And if we click this bad lad, we've got overlaps. That's exactly what we want with our lumberjacks and foresters. A tidy bit of overlap. Now, as a matter of fact, I do believe this forester here is a replacement for this forester here. So let's make sure between this forester on the left and this forester on the right, we have an overlap. We do. We can plant everything. Therefore, be gone! And can this berry picker see all the way over here? They can, but they can't see the new coffee bushes we're going to be installing. So to me, that just says we don't install the coffee bushes. Leave them as oaks. And as long as ye can see them, we didn't need ye. And honestly, we didn't need ye either. I was in a bit of a panic earlier when I built you. Let's pick up your rubbish and pop a gatherer flag on there. That'll complement the lumberjack flag. Who doesn't love a couple of flags? But in all seriousness, what that'll let me do is actually plant at least this bit of the river here nice and efficiently. So I want to plant all the bamboo I can, which is just that. And then the next step is actually planting the bamboo. Yeah, there's no point you being here either, is there? Get deleted. And I think I'm going to delete this wooden stair out, replace it with a platform and a gatherer flag. Because I did remember, I'm going to be planting mangroves in here. So we do actually need a berry picker over here. And let's see, does this berry picker just going to the left of the inventor there overlap with this berry picker? Certainly does. But what about this back corner here? Oh, it's all covered. That means, ye buddy old pal, you're getting deleted and replaced with the last key grapevine. So now we've got grapevines. Oh, I was going to say we've got grapevines all the way around, but we don't. We've got a pesky bloody inventor in the way. You know what? Be gone, inventors. About all of you is gone. I'm sick of you. This is supposed to be a nice grapevine-lined alleyways here. And it will be. It does mean we're doing coffee bushes over here again, like. Why didn't we do a couple of honorary blueberries here? And then a big bit of pumpkin patch over there. Now, just in case anyone's interested how I got the pumpkin patch to stretch all the way down there. If you plant something, say some kohlrabies for example, and then use the override tool, it actually shows them all as being this sort of dirt ground here. But, as we'll see, they don't actually end up planting 2 or 3 or 4 different pumpkins, it's just the one. And the square closest to us is the one that should have a pumpkin in it. There you go, and that's the one that's got a pumpkin in it. So the game is clever enough to not actually plant pumpkins where they're not supposed to go, but you don't end up with random bits of like green ground for no reason, you know. All the foresters in, all the extremely tall bamboos in. Now we can get to in the mangroves. So on this bit of river here, anywhere that's green is going to be a mangrove. We got 3 bits of extremely tall bamboo, and the rest of those, as the beavers doing now, are gonna be mangroves. Then once the rest of the river's chopped down, we'll get some mangroves on the gun. We've actually got 100% efficiency. Unlike over here, 41% efficiency. How are we even keeping the beavers fed at that efficiency rate, you know? Do we have any eggplant rations? Alright, good. I didn't realise this was eggplant ration storage until I clicked it. I was on a proper flop there. I thought we had eggplant storage, but no eggplant ration storage. You know what, let's up the priority of this warehouse here, because that's another corn rations warehouse. And it only needs 60 logs, and we've got plenty of logs. Oh, morning, beavers! Welcome to a cycle 24. Look at yous gone. straight down those stairs. Apart from the beavers on the bottom deck that we were checking out earlier. And didn't forget, like I have recently, that this is a beautiful little area. We've got fences, we've got shrubberies, and back scratchers. It's a lovely little spot down there. Now I believe, yes, we've unpaused all of these water pumpers here, and that is fine with me. Because we have 20 vacancies on the crack, and 3 hauling posts. Look at that. That means we have got plenty of haulers to shift water about. I'm even going to add this one back into the automation. I'm going to unpause a couple of these little scavenger flags here. Unpause the bonus builders. And generally anything else that I had paused previously. Like our lonely inventor there in the corner. Now I think it's time to get power into this side here. Double dynamite this. You know what, as daft as this may be, I actually want you to delete all of this path, beavers, and blow it up. I'm extending the underground power connection, and these should still work for a little while. You know, 33 hours, 40 odd hours a pop. And continue delivering power over here, even though they're not plugged in. Didn't you worry, peeps? We've got heaps of TNT hiding in the back here. Look at them. But you didn't even know we had this warehouse here. It's proper hidden away. The only place you can see it from is where this beaver's coming from. Straight underneath. And that must mean that we're going to get the dynamites up in here. Now, I do want to get these exploded relatively quickly, so let's do a real quick speedy up bit for this. And we're back. I sped forward for like 3 seconds, and it just was all built. I must have accidentally pressed speed 5. Well, if nothing else, I'm glad the beaver woke up that was doing there. Otherwise, it would have been a bad time to be a sleeping beaver, wouldn't it? A bad time indeed. And look, we got the dust settling. We've got a new pit in the pit. And for some reason, I didn't future-proof this and built a straight power shaft. So let's delete that, replace it with a T. And then we can straight along here. Until we get to the canola oil, which unfortunately needs to be temporarily deleted. So I can pop a 90-degree on there, and it makes sense. But while we're doing that, we shall ask beavers to pop platforms all the way along the tippity top of that and path it back up. Ooh, look at this. The beavers didn't mess about in the slightest, did they? Boom, boom. So we'll do a 90-degree in there. And then from here, we're going to begin the straight to vertical power shaft for a 50 science points. And then we're going to cap it off at the tippity top like that. So beavers, if you wouldn't mind being so kind and getting all of those in with a quickness, please. Of course, we can't forget to cover that up and replace the temporary canola oil storage. You know what? Why don't we have ourselves a quick speedy up bit from the perspective of an underground power line? Now, actually, I'm a tad perturbed that we haven't built any of these here. Why haven't we built any power shafts? Because they're not maximum priority, okay. Now, thankfully, we got the power shafts in over here, so I don't have to delete the old canola pot once again. But anyway, why don't we rejoin the speedy up bit from the perspective of the power line? It gets a bit dark and claustrophobic after a while, doesn't it? And that's us in. We are completed, as power shafts go. And we've got another drought in 0.6 days. Why am I getting so many droughts when I just don't care? And look, the reason I say I don't care is because we're only in the pit at the moment. And the pit has got the huge canyon reservoir behind it that is completely not affected by bad water. Bad water gets pushed out the side here. The 2 districts that would drastically benefit from having back-to-back droughts like this are the 2 bloody districts that we've had to abandon, man. You know what, actually, instead of crying about it, I'm going to send an expeditionary force hour. Just 10 beavers, and those 10 beavers' job are going to be to plant and get everything ready for beavers to come and move back in here. I'm going to change the crop edge around a bit here though. We clearly don't need this much canola, but we do need more food in general. So that's going to be kohlrabi fields. And as you can see by all of these little soybeans here that are fully grown and died out and dried, we don't need as many of those either. So there we go, and we are back to being predominantly kohlrabis over here. And once those 10 beavers have done planting everything, we're going to ask them all to become scrappers. Because hopefully this water level will drop fairly quickly when we get into the drought. Or at least it will when we got this water pump slurping away. And that's not forgetting the most important job that an Ari's here has got. The big district inventor doing there. Now, as dire as times get, we desperately need inventors over here. Because this resourceful settlement needs to stop being abandoned whenever we get bad tides. We need to draw up a masterful bad water repulsion plan. But for now, we can watch the beavers dropping off all the catalyst doing there and enjoy a beautiful 22-day drought. Now, we'll kind of keep getting these 22-day droughts because it will start depleting this reservoir somewhat. But for now, we can keep cracking along, and what I do want to keep cracking along with during this drought that I didn't last time is water production. All of the water pumpers on this first main island, get slurping. And look at this, we got our path in. Our power shafts are all connected up. We just need to get one of these two built, and we'll actually be able to have power gunning through those shafts and into here. And once this food factory's in as well, it means we can get a proper bit of connection between those engines there and this one engine here. Now we do have other connections. We just need to build all of these to get there. And then we get loads of connections, look at that! But like I say, we need to actually get there first. And you know what, before I forget, let me replace these centrifuges here. Get those up on the priority, because they are rather important. Because we desperately need this number cruncher, as you can see by our 178 science. And me demolition of me science I was doing here. We only had one the whole last season. New, we've got another inventor here. But this inventor here, like I was saying earlier, only has one job. And that's to sort out resourceful. Alright beavers, I want to see this whole top thing green as out before your hunger betrays you. Alright beavers, I think you're hungry enough to have earned your migration back to the pit. And then we'll give it a couple of days. We'll have plenty of kohlrabies for beavers to be feeding on. And we'll get a proper expeditionary force back here. Drain the water, build the scavenger flags, and finish what generations of beavers started earlier ago. I tell you what, the amount of berries we're not picking up is a tad perturbing like. You need to prioritise berries, pal. And you can prioritise berries as well. They are the most important crop we have. Or at least when it comes to rebuilding the beaver population it is. Oh, would you look at this, we got an engine in. Let's prioritise it by haulers. We should get a log, and then we'll be able to see. Oh, we already can see, if it works. How can we see that it works? I thought there was nothing in there. Why is it spinning? Oh, because this is! And this is connected, and then it goes down, and it connects through the underground lines, and then goes into here. Oh well, unpause you! You can get making some more eggplant rations. Because we're nearly maxing out this food factory for eggplant rations. Although that does mean we're going to have to start building a bit more storage, doesn't it? And there we have our new storage area. The first bit of our new storage is going to be yellow and purple stripes. All the way up and down. At least on the new bit. The old bit can stay as higgledy-piggledy as it is. Look at the little shaft spinning under the pathway there. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to be doing more of this, like. Takes up no extra space. You know, speaking of things that take no extra space, I'm starting to get a bit sick and tired of this little area here. Always being all dried up and that. I think we need to sort that out, and sort that out rather drastically. Delete all this path. Plant all those TNTs, beavers. Looks like we've got all the TNTs in. Beavers, please stay clear of this area and be ready for a big old explosion. Look at those TNTs gone. And fingers crossed there's got to be no beavers accidentally crossing the path of the explosions. And with the last couple exploded, you can see me plan here. We're canaling the place up. Get that water in and make this ground all green. Now let's quickly replace the pathways that we had with little platforms. A little something like that. Oh, and before we get a forester out here, this little berry needs to be a grape. So the grapevine-lined alley can go in. Now, I'm wondering, what can we do in this little area here where it's peeking out to the side? Do we have any decent little monuments? We haven't even cracked along with monuments yet. Well, that's 2x2. Flame of Unity's 2x2. But would start setting fire to those breeding pods up there. You know, I'm just not 100% sure about the monuments here. How about, instead of some monuments, we pop doing a couple of those little platforms and some showers. Look at that! Showers in Lemon Canyon! Wild! And then you know what? I completely forgot to replace these two items that I deleted over here earlier. The teeth grindstone and the medical bed. There we're gone. That's that sorted. Now beavers, get that up and running with an absolute quickness, please. I was wondering why there was unbelievably tall bamboo out here, but you see how tall it grows. You can imagine a seedling from the top there is going to go down there and start growing here. And when you look at that, we've got a completely lucky number's worth of vacancies over here in the pit. And some freshly grown kohlrabies in the resourceful district. So why don't we migrate 30 beavers out of the resourceful settlement? We've got builders. Will we have 8 builders? We will have 8 builders. Alright, you resourceful beavers, run yourselves across the Double D district and into your new home. Hopefully to never abandon it. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one though, and I wouldn't advise these to either. We should unpause all of these, get them built. Now I'm pretty confident that this food we've got going on here can keep 30 beavers alive. Although I'm not sure why we haven't planted anything over here. Oh, it's all oaks. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to make it kohlrabies. Go on, beavers. Didn't just pick those up. You've got to plant these ones in too. That's a new how we're dealing with jobs over here. You've just lost 30 beavers. Do we have any overflow hauling posts? That would be a negative. What about our main hauling post? We've at least got 10 beavers in there. Now, unfortunately, we're not doing any sort of production like we were earlier. I think it's in our best interest to pause these bonus little builders here. Hopefully, that'll give us some more coggers. Happy days. There was no coggers before. And I think I might turn 2 of each of these onto high priority jobs. And I think with these 2 basically maxed out on their inputs, we can get this food factory up and running. And once we get this food factory up and running, this smelter will go from 50-60% efficiency up to 100. As well as all of these as well. Oh, look what I just spied. We got to build our beaver gang up the ladder here. The ladder that I don't even think I've ever told you about, unless you called it a little speedy up bit. It was so we could have easy access to finish the top of this little bit levee here. Which is something I'm keen to finish, not just to here, but all the way around, because the water level, it's not that far off, and that's after a big old drought and all. And the last thing I want is the water level to the top of the dam here, and start skirting over here and flooding the bloody pit. So why didn't we finish this bit while here, and protect Lemon Canyon's canyon? As well as maybe replant some of these bloody lemons as well. Maybe. When we get some more workers. Oh, bloody it. Did I completely miss the beavers building this? I think I have, haven't I? And I also really don't like this. I've been too clever to just start putting showers in now. Nah, we're not having that. Ye medical bed, get deleted. We're doubling up the teeth grindstone and the medical beds. But not before adding in some beaver busts. A little something like that. I'm not sure why all these beavers are thirsty and not like. Oh, they've just got thirsty. Fair enough, beavers. I take it back. But I much prefer that little setup there than bloody showers. If I want to sort me shower need out, I'll do this and reconnect paths like this. Alright beavers, while you're replacing all of your channels through the river there, let's check on the resourceful beavers. How are yous doing? Hungry, thirsty, exhausted. That's always the way we use, isn't it? Oh, I left some of these paused as well. That's just great. Absolutely great. Setting these beavers up for success here, like. But you're surviving at least. That's the main thing. You know what? Why didn't we do a tiny little speedy up bit of these beavers scrapping away all of the scrap there, as well as watching the beavers pick up the kohlrabies and plant some blueberries. Oh, would you look at our couple of busy grafters doing here? Picking up all the scrap you could ever wish. And is that another beaver gang doing to pick up some more scrap? Oh, hey, it is. Look at them can. Look at that beaver tail keeping him balanced while he picks up this scrap. How long of this drought have we got left? 8.3 days. Not bad at all. And I did some building priorities over here in the pit. How are we getting on? We've done none of this. We've done none of this. Alright, happy days. How are our beavers doing in the pit anyway? Only 25 jobs left. That means we've got our floor haulers knocking about. And I unpaused this deep bad water pump, which is doing nought at all, which is grand. Once we turn the water back on, we'll see. It's lovely and clean in there. Absolutely lovely. You can see our water number is going up here. I did destroy the Double D district over here. Reinstated the trading post for the old resourceful settlement. In hopes that we started building some things. Primarily these water pumps here. Which I hadn't put all of them maximum priority. But thankfully that's keeping us with some sort of water going on. And we're doing our eat with soybeans of the fermented type. Why aye, we're cracking along nicely there. And look at that, we've got canola seeds and fermented soybeans. And berries and canola seeds? These should be soybean storage. And I am popping some metal scavenger flags over here. Because if we have a look at the closest scavenger flag, they can't see all the metal. But these bad lads can see it all. Well, maybe not quite at all. We might have to put some little schnecky boys in for these bits. Let's quickly tackle this here. And there's my little solution. We got a levee down there. That's going to close below 5% contamination. And of course I decided to put the bloody TNTs back in, so there we go. Beavers, get to building that before we have a situation. And the resourceful settlement here seem to be doing R-eat for the most part. Apart from the fact these scrappers have got 20 scrap sitting there doing out. We clearly don't need all of these knocking about, do we? We're going to go down to 2 scrappers. And that'll have to do with for now, you know. Just a couple of scrapper flags. Oh, look down here. We've got a clear bit of river. Why don't we do a bit of extremely tall bamboo planting? Oh, look at all of that extremely tall bamboo. There's so much of it. And then we'll unpause our forester here. And between Vobnis here and the forester hour here, who's called Cassid, we're gonna watch all of this unbelievably tall bamboo get planted. And that's the last of it planted. We get back to normal speed, and we say, look at this bloody river, man. In it lush. But yeah, now, realistically, we need to get some mangroves planted. And look at this. The forester is planting the oaks, and then they're gonna go in and plant the mangroves as well. Bloody legends. Ooh, TNT that I forgot about. Let's get these bad lads blown up. We'll plant some oaks there, and then we'll do a little lumberjack flag here. Just to help out, you know. Because it looks like we do need a little bit of help doing here. Especially once these oaks have grown and we end up getting that big forester in. We'll have even more to cut down. Embrace yourselves, peeps. Once we go through this damn wall, you're going to see all the water pumpers slurping away there. Look at them gone. I've switched them all on doing in the pit here. Every last one of them is slurping away. The mangroves better hurry up and slurp the water before these bad lads get it. Now we're doing our eat. We've got loads of water hanging about here. And I feels like we may as well fill up all the tanks, you know. So why don't we have ourselves a quick little speedy up bit of all these water slopers sloping up all the water. As well as a little unexpected lemon overlook speedy up bit. And you see this here, peeps? We've got an absolute convoy of beavers that haven't even went to sleep yet. They're dropping off berries and catalyst. Thank you, drought. Even into cycle 25. Now this is exactly why we created the Lemon Overlook District. It's just too far and inefficient over here. And that is also why I had these paths deleted here. To ensure that our building range didn't get into anything crazy like it is now. We got beavers building all of these tanks and falling asleep while doing it. Isn't that right, Hawkeye the Gifted?
Why it is Cupcake too? Hey, why you go Cupcake too?
There's a cave needs me help, Gifted one.
Oh, okay. Toodles.
And then we are now going from 120 to 21.